Hi, and welcome from me, Larry Erasmus, on behalf of Shalom Ministries. I'm the one in front of the camera, and my wife Hetty is the one behind the camera today. And this series we will look at what the end times will look like. We will be looking at the time before Christ is to reign and the millennial reign of Christ, what that would look like. And I know a lot of people ask questions. Is there a heaven? What are the entry requirements if there is a heaven? What will heaven actually look like? What is going to happen in that time? And I know a lot of people have spent lots of money and lots of teachings on the end times and what will happen. And I just want to read something that I've written down here. As many professed Bible teachers have been busy in Bible studies, conventions, revivals, religious papers, leaflets and books, telling with an air of authority which almost amount to a claim to divine inspiration, all about the secret rapture of the saints and what is to take place on this earth after they are gone. According to their theory, the Lord is to come secretly for his saints. They are to be caught up or raptured to meet him in the air without the world knowing that anything is happening. All who are unprepared are to be left on earth in an unsaved state. Then an individual known as the Antichrist is to make his appearance, to assume power as a world dictator, to revive the old Roman Empire as a 10-kingdom confederacy, and to rule over it, to make a covenant with the Jews, to allow them to set up their temple worship in Jerusalem, and at the end of 3.5 years to break the covenant and persecute them. After 7 years, Christ is to come back with his saints to destroy the Antichrist and set up his reign of 1,000 years on this earth. All these things are described in as much detail as if they were actually taught in the Bible, and even some good men have got the impression that the Bible actually does contain this. Now, it will come as a shock to many people that these things are nowhere described for us in the Bible. What will come as a shock also to people is that all the Old Testament prophets prophesied about these happenings at the end of the time, the 1,000-year reign of Christ, and all those sort of things are covered for us in detail by the Old Testament prophets. Now, why do I say that? If we look at Jeremiah 30 in verse 3, he says the following, For behold, days are coming, declares the Lord, when I will restore the fortunes of my people Israel and Judah. The Lord says, I will bring them back to the land that I gave to their forefathers, and they shall possess it. Now, all the biblical commentaries that I could lay my hands on declare that this has never happened. And if we look at the history of Israel, they were taken captive, sent to Babylon, returned, but it was only the tribes of Judah, Benjamin, and the Levites that were taken captive, not all the tribes of Israel. And when they came back and into Jerusalem, they were ruled over by kings and governors, so they never really took possession of Israel again. And that is what I will try and look at, is what does this mean? Is there a time when we will inherit that which the Lord has got for us again? And what will it look like? Will it be in the 1,000-year reign? Will it be in heaven? And if it is in heaven, will there be an English heaven? Will there be a German heaven? Will there be a Chinese heaven? Or will there just be one heaven? Or will there be a heaven specifically for the Presbyterians, or one for the Roman Catholic Church? What would heaven actually look like? Would it be after the 1,000-year reign of Christ, or would it be during the 1,000-year reign of Christ? Those are the sort of things that I would like to look at. There are other prophecies. There's prophecies like Isaiah says to us, there will be a road between Egypt and Assyria, and they will all speak the heavenly language. Now, where is that going to take place? Is it going to take place on this earth, or is it going to take place somewhere else? Will it be in the 1,000-year reign of Christ? Will it be in heaven after Christ's reign? Where will this be, and what will it actually look like? Now, as I said, I'm going to look at it from a totally different perspective. This is not your sort of average interpretation to say what is going to happen. This is a radical new look at what we can expect. What we can expect once we die, or at the end of time when Christ is coming back for his saints. What will that look like? What will the 1,000-year reign of Christ look like? Is it going to be 1,000 years? Is it going to be longer? Do we know with certainty what it's going to be? And what does it look like? Will it be, as I said earlier, will there be separate areas? Will there be separate areas? Will there be just one area? Where is heaven? Where is hell? Do we find things like that in the Bible? Those are the sort of things that I would like to look at in this series. And I would like to ask you that if you want to see what is going to happen, that you would go to our website at www.shama or shalma.org.za. The word Shalma stands for obedience, and I think that is what I'm trying to do, is just to be obedient to what the Lord has shown me. And that's why we call it Shalma Ministries as well. You can go to our website, click on the shop button or the orders button, and you can order these DVDs online, and we will ship them out to you, and you can look and see what this would look like. I thank you for that, and I look forward to receiving your order and getting to know you better and to correspond with you, because one thing I would like is to get feedback on this from people. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.